Her secret online activity and hotel receipts expose her cheating during her business trip. Reddit, help. When I confronted her, she just stared at me. Blank expression, lips slightly parted, the kind of look people give when they're trying to calculate how much you already know before they decide how to lie. I had the receipts spread out on the kitchen counter, literal, printed hotel receipts, along with screenshots from her private social media account that she didn't know I'd found. You said you stayed at the Crown Hotel with your coworkers, I said quietly, my voice trembling despite how hard I tried to keep it steady. So why does this say one queen bed? She blinked, her jaw tightening. Then she crossed her arms like I was the one being unreasonable. You're seriously going through my stuff now? She said, her tone clipped and defensive. That's such a violation of privacy. Privacy. I laughed, sharp, humorless. You mean the privacy you used to sneak around behind my back? She didn't answer. Her eyes darted toward the receipts, then toward her phone on the counter, then back to me. You're overreacting, she finally said. This is ridiculous. It's not what it looks like. It never is, I said. It all started 2 months ago. We'd been together for 5 years, living together for 3, and I honestly thought we were happy. We had a comfortable life. 2 cats, a small apartment near the beach, weekend coffee runs, dumb little arguments about who left the lights on. She worked in marketing, and travel was part of the job. Conferences, networking events, seminars, the works. I never thought twice when she said she had to go to Melbourne for a business trip. She'd gone before, and I'd always trusted her. But this time was different. It was a Wednesday night when she told me. She came home late, threw her bag on the couch, and said, So, my boss is sending me to Melbourne next week. For days, client meetings, hotel stay, the usual. She said it casually, like it was no big deal. But something about the way she said the usual didn't sit right. It was too practiced. I asked who she was going with, and she listed a few names, people from her team I vaguely recognized. But when I mentioned one of them later, she got weirdly defensive. Why are you so interested in my coworkers all of a sudden? That was red flag number 1. Red flag number 2 came the night before she left. She was packing her suitcase, and I noticed she'd laid out a dress I'd never seen before. Tight, low cut, definitely not something you'd wear to a client meeting. When I asked about it, she said, It's for the networking dinner. Everyone dresses up. Okay, sure. The morning she left, she kissed me goodbye, told me she'd call when she landed. She didn't. I texted her that afternoon, no response. She finally called around 8 p.m., saying her phone had died, that she'd been crazy busy all day. That night, I couldn't sleep. I wasn't trying to snoop, but something felt off. I opened her laptop, the one we share, to double-check our joint account, because she'd asked me to pay the power bill. While I was there, I noticed her browser was still logged into her professional email, and that's when I saw it. A flight confirmation. 2 tickets. One in her name, and one for someone named D. Wilson. I just stared at the screen, trying to make sense of it. Maybe it was a coworker, I told myself. Maybe she was booking for someone else. But when I checked the email thread, I saw the message from the airline. Thank you for choosing our couple's travel package. My stomach dropped. I didn't say anything at first. I wanted to be sure. I needed more than a flight email before accusing her of something that could blow everything up. So I waited. She came back 4 days later, acting like nothing happened. Hugged me, said she missed me, dropped her bag in the hallway. Everything looked normal, until she went to shower, and her phone lit up on the counter. A message preview from D. Can't believe we got away with it, winking face. My heart stopped. I opened the message thread. There it was, months of flirting, late-night messages, hotel photos, plans for their next trip. She'd even saved his contact under a fake name. They weren't just sleeping together. They'd been talking about us. Screenshots of my social media posts. Jokes about how clueless I was. That's when something inside me snapped. I started digging. Not out of spite, but because I couldn't process it without understanding the full picture. I found the hotel receipts in her purse later that night, printed from the front desk. Couples package. 1 room, 1 bed, 2 dinners, 2 breakfasts. Her signature at the bottom. When I confronted her, I wanted her to deny it, because denial meant there was still something left to fight for. But she didn't even try, not really. I didn't plan it, she said finally, tears starting to fall. It just happened. We got close at work, and one thing led to another. It didn't mean anything. Didn't mean anything? I said quietly. You flew halfway across the country for him. You lied to me. You shared a bed. How's that nothing? She started crying harder, covering her face. I didn't want to hurt you. I swear. I just stood there, numb. You already did. The days that followed were blurry. I didn't sleep much. I packed a bag and stayed with my brother for a while. She texted constantly, apologies, explanations, long paragraphs about how she'd made a mistake and still loved me. She said she'd cut him off, that she'd go to therapy, that we could fix it. But I'd seen the messages, the way she talked to him, the way she described me. He's too good for me, she'd written once. He's boring but safe. You're exciting. That line stuck in my head like a splinter. A week later, she showed up at my brother's house, begging to talk. Against my better judgment, I let her in. She looked awful. Puffy eyes, messy hair, trembling hands. Please, she said, just hear me out. I sat across from her, arms crossed. Say what you need to say. She took a deep breath. I know what I did was wrong. I hate myself for it. But it wasn't about him. It was about me. I felt trapped, stagnant. He made me feel alive again. I stared at her. So what was I exactly? Your roommate with benefits. She started crying again. I love you, okay? I never stopped. It was a stupid, impulsive thing, and I'll regret it forever. I wanted to believe her. God, I did. But every time she spoke, I saw that message again. Can't believe we got away with it, winking-faced. Eventually, I told her I couldn't do it anymore. That I'd loved her too much to keep pretending this could be fixed. She cried, begged, said she'd quit her job, move cities, anything. But it didn't matter. The damage was done. I moved out 2 weeks later. For months, I felt hollow, angry, humiliated. I kept thinking about all the times she'd told me she loved me while texting him under the table. All the late nights at work. The unexplained receipts. The moments I doubted myself and thought, you're being paranoid. But here's the thing. I'm not angry anymore. Not really. I realized something important through all of this. When someone cheats, it's not just about sex. It's about ego, validation, the need to feel wanted, even at the cost of destroying someone else. She wanted excitement. I wanted stability. Those two things don't coexist for long. It's been almost a year now. I've started seeing someone new, someone honest, grounded, easy to be around. It's different, in the best way. Sometimes, though, I still catch myself flinching when she says she's working late or checking her phone. That kind of trust doesn't rebuild overnight. As for my ex, I heard through mutual friends that she left the company. She, and D, didn't last, apparently. Maybe karma did its job. I don't wish her misery, but I also don't pity her anymore. She made her choice. So yeah, she lied about a business trip. But the truth came out, like it always does. And even though it nearly broke me, I'm grateful I found out when I did. Because sometimes, the worst betrayal isn't just the affair, it's realizing how long someone looked you in the eye and told you everything was fine.